know that we had a terrible enemy in front of us, and that if we ever came to be victorious, that would be the end of the whole Western world.
What does Remembrance Sunday mean for you? What is your message?
My message is, I can see in my mind's eye those rows and rows of white stones of all the hundreds of my friends and everybody else that gave their lives for what? The country of today. No, I'm sorry. The sacrifice wasn't worth the result that it is now.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
What do you mean by that, though? At this point?
What we fought for, and what we fought for was our freedom. We find that even now it's darn sight worse than what it was when I fought for it.
It's all going down the drain. Our country's going to hell in a handbasket. We haven't got the country we had when I was raised. Not at all. Nobody will have the fun I had. Nobody will have the opportunity I had. This is not the same. That's not what our boys, that's not what they died for. It's just not it. Darling, I'm so sorry. I'll be all right. It just takes me time to get over it. Why me? See, sitting here like this, see, all this going on. Listen, it's just, Emily, it's just not the same. That isn't what we fought for. Oh well, I should be worried about it, I guess. I'm 100 years old, they say.
What do you think about the state of our country today? How do you feel about the country that you worked so hard to stay free, to keep free?
The real truth?
Yeah.
I feel like a foreigner in my own country lots of times, and I don't like it. It makes my heart real heavy. And I just hope we can pull out of this. There's too much Hollywood going on in Washington all the time. The important subjects they don't cover. So the thing is, I hope all the guys will rally up and we'll go back and straighten it all out.
Now, earlier in the 20th century, our fathers and grandfathers were told that they fought. They fought against Germany, they fought against fascism, they fought against Imperial Germany in the First War between 1914 and 18. You may have seen some of the very elderly veterans who are basically dying now, 93, 89, 96, 109, 106, 104. As these men went over the top in 1914-18, in Flanders Fields, at the Somme, at Passchendaele, at Ypres and elsewhere, were they fighting for tolerance and inclusion? Were they fighting for Mr. Phillips to impose his bureaucratic remit upon future generations of this country? When men got out of their tanks and fried an egg on the side of it in the North African desert in the Second War, were they fighting for tolerance and inclusion? Were they fighting for Mr. Phillips to impose laws upon them here in the north of England and elsewhere, to describe what they can say, even in private, even in a text message between friends, even in an office in the public or in the private sector? No, they weren't fighting for tolerance and inclusion. They were fighting for glory. They were fighting for this country. They were fighting for England and Britain. They were fighting for what their old rulers had told them about what the future would be like if they lost. They were fighting for a degree of racial and ethnic pride that was unstated, because the whole English conspectus was you didn't really go on about that because it was accepted as a norm to begin with, and therefore you didn't need to illustrate it too much because it was a given before you even started. They were fighting for the flags that were behind them. And many more maimed and injured on top of that core 800,000, and that's just in the First War. What did they die for? Did they die for a multicultural Britain? Did they die for a multi-ethnic Britain? Did they die for a politically correct Britain? Did they die for 200,000 abortions a year? Did they die for the absence of the death penalty? Did they die for liberal censorship that denies the rights even of a private conversation up to a certain perspective? Did they die for the right of men to marry each other and adopt children? Did they die for all of these things? or did they actually fight for something different? I hazard the guess that they actually fought for a society that we had a proportion of, but which has now been digged down to such a degree that even to mention it is incorrect, is transgressive, is anti-system, is mentally criminal, or treated largely as such.
I said, Mr. Rampton, sometimes I have the dream that I can go to Heathrow Airport and board a 747 and fly for 10 hours and land back in England as it was in the 1950s. The press loved that. And he wasn't satisfied, of course, because he doesn't like that kind of answer, Mr. Rampton. He was a good QC. And he adjusted his wig and he said, Mr. Irving, what kind of England would that have been then? I know what he's going for. And I said, Mr. Rampton, let me put it like this. If the soldiers who stormed the beaches in Normandy in June 1944 could see England as it is today, they wouldn't have gone 40 yards up that beach.
Diese Verschwörung von Demokraten, Juden und Freimaurern hat es damals fertiggebracht, vor 2 Jahren, zunächst Europa in den Krieg zu stürzen. Es mussten also die Waffen entscheiden. Seitdem nun findet ein Kampf statt zwischen der Wahrheit und der Lüge. Und wie immer wird dieser Kampf für die Wahrheit am Ende siegreich ausgehen. Das heißt mit anderen Worten, was immer auch die britische Propaganda, was immer auch das internationale Weltjudentum und seine demokratischen Helfershelfer zusammen lügen mögen, an den historischen Tatsachen werden sie nichts ändern.
Die europäischen Mächte stehen hier vor ihrer entscheidenden Lebensfrage. Das Abendland ist in Gefahr. Ob ihre Regierungen und ihre Intelligenzschichten das einsehen wollen oder nicht, das ist dabei gänzlich unerheblich. Das deutsche Volk jedenfalls und seine Führung sind nicht gewillt, sich diese Gefahr auch nur versuchsweise preiszugeben. Den vorstürmenden Sowjetdivisionen sehen wir schon die jüdischen Liquidationskommandos. Hinter diesen aber hebt sich der Terror, das Gespenst des Millionenhungers und einer vollkommenen europäischen Anarchie. Hier erweist sich wiederum das internationale Judentum als das teuflische Ferment der Dekomposition, das eine geradezu zynische Genugtuung dabei empfindet, die Welt in ihre tiefste Unordnung zu stürzen und damit den Untergang Jahrtausende alter Kulturen, an denen es niemals einen inneren Anteil hatte, herbeizuführen. Wir wissen damit also, vor welcher geschichtlichen Aufgabe wir stehen. Eine 2000-jährige Aufbauarbeit der abendländischen Menschheit ist in Gefahr. Man kann diese Gefahr gar nicht ernst genug schildern, aber es ist auch bezeichnend, dass, wenn man sie nur beim Namen nennt, das internationale Judentum in allen Ländern dagegen in lärmenden Ausführungen Protest einlegt. So weit ist es also schon in Europa gekommen, dass man eine Gefahr nicht mehr eine Gefahr nennen darf, wenn sie vom Judentum ausgeht. Das aber hinter uns Nationalsozialisten nicht daran, die dazu notwendigen Feststellungen zu treffen. Wir haben niemals Angst vor den Juden gehabt und haben sie heute weniger denn je. Wir sehen, wenn wir dieser Gefahr nicht Herr würden, im Geiste schon das Gespenst des Hungers, des Elends und einer Millionen Zwangsarbeit für das deutsche Volk heraufziehen, sehen den ehrwürdigsten Erdteil in seinen Grundfesten wanken und unter seinen Trümmern das geschichtliche Erbe der abendländischen Menschheit begraben. Das ist das Problem, vor dem wir stehen.
Herrgott, gib uns die Kraft, dass wir uns die Freiheit erhalten, unserem Volk, unseren Kindern und unserem, nicht nur uns Deutschen, sondern auch den anderen Völkern Europas. Denn es ist nicht ein Krieg, den wir alle dieses Mal führen, nur für unser deutsches Volk allein. Es ist ein Krieg für ganz Europa und damit wirklich für die ganze Menschheit.